the Power Pony's most evil nemesis. She was the power-mad owner of a hair care product company. A tragic accident at her shampoo factory in Metropolis not only gave her Mane strange new powers, but also caused her to go completely insane!
Of course!
I hate to sound like a broke record, pretty much saying the same thing about like most of the episodes this season so far, but I really can't describe Power Ponies without saying it's an entertaining episode. I mean, it's simply silly fun, and I mean that in the best possible way. Sure, the story never takes itself too seriously, but that's sort of the whole point. One of the most immediate and enjoyable aspects of this episode was the action. It's not just there in spades, but intertwined with the character-based humor as the main six adjust to their new, albeit mostly familiar to them, powers. Which makes sense actually, since they were just given the powers and have little to no prior knowledge of the comic series itself. This sets up both comedy and tension, which is very hard to do at the same time. However, the two standout Super Ponies are easily Rarity and Fluttershy. Rarity for her fabulous constructs, and Fluttershy for, well...
Are you kidding me?
Yes, Flutter Hulk is now canon. Take that in for a second when your side stop hurting. And what superhero cheese fest not complete without an insane villain with a tragic backstory? And in this case, one who's crazy in mind and also hair powers. A role Flair is more than willing to fill in for. Oh, I mean, Mane-iac. And here's where a lot of the episode's criticisms start to come into play. The setup and story is understandably labeled contrived and filler by viewers. After all, a magic comic book sucks our main cast into a superhero story where they must defeat a pun-filled adversary and get involved in overdramatic shenanigans and slapsticks based on their superpowers. I'll admit, the comic book is just as contrived a story element as the memory potion from season 4's premiere. However, the magic comic is able to work in this episode because it maintains with the episode's established tone and theme continuity. What I mean is, this episode is a loving tribute to comic book absurdity, and elements like the magic comic book just fit in with that tone. While in contrast, Princess Twilight's Rule 34 infused potion is a contrived element inserted into a very serious episode just for convenience. Or to summarize, Power Ponies is self-aware of its corniness and plays it up deliberately.
This cannon will amplify the power of my mane 1,000,000 times!
While Princess Twilight's contrived elements are a cop-out. Also, I'm just really glad it was not a dream. I'm so bucking sick of that route. However, one factor that really helps raise this episode into a good one is the Spike factor. What I mean is, Spike has a lot of justified complaints against his character as of late, aka Spike at your service. Humdrum is a blatant embodiment of those sentiments.
No kicks!
And Spike, by proving he is not Humdrum, proves he is a member of the main cast just as well as the rest. Yes, he does not save the day by himself in the end, but neither do any of the other main six. Each one has some of their own contribution to the climax, and by having Spike contribute along with them, he shows he is a part of the main team. With that said, I do have to agree with Dr. Wolf in that the Humdrum comparisons do get a little played up a little too much in the end. Particularly the bucket gag. It should have remained a very good one-off joke, not one repeated well past the point of annoyance. Also, it feels a little forced that Twilight has nothing for Spike to do when she deliberately wants Spike to go to bed early to help out the next day. She had to have something in mind for him to do after all. It would have been better for him to be given a job that he completes early and then reads the comic. A sort of task that shows him being useful without him necessarily realizing that fact. This episode reminds me a lot of a good sci-fi channel B-movie. The ones that are aware of how stupid they are but embrace that fact. Power Ponies knows it's a fun one-off episode that embraces the comic cheese in a loving parody tribute manner. I also have to agree with other analysts' opinions in that it also feels like an MLP comic issue and the let's just go off into some random adventure nature. A fitting tribute which all combines into a very entertaining episode that expands the core series borders. So for that, and more importantly being the first good Spike episode since Secret of Your Excess, I give it 3 hoofs out of 4. Well, till next time, keep calm and an open mind.
You're psychically connected to it! Will it to where you want it to go! And it'll obey you!
だったら私のエトワールフルーガも自由自在なの！